Morning, students. Today we'll have a new chapter. Chapter is as I told you that we'll study three-dimensional geometry. So, very interesting chapter this is, and it is the base of the study what you are going to do in the class 12th. So, introduction to three-dimensional geometry. So, what is introduction to three-dimensional geometry? Chapter number 12. So, it's very interesting, not very hard, but it's very easy. Let me explain and let me come on the point very soon. That first of all, I just want to tell you about two-dimensional geometry that you studied in this year only, and in class 10 you also had seen some portion. So these two axes, x dash y dash, and they are intersecting each other at 90 degree. That is very well known in class 10th and 11th. In this class also you read little bit in the chapter of line. Okay, so you know we have a four quadrant. Definitely we have a four quadrant. Suppose I take any point in first quadrant, you know it's a plus plus, or it's a minus plus, minus minus, and plus minus. These, the nature of the point, you know, this kind of coordinate lies in these quadrants. Suppose I take one point pxy in the first quadrant, and if I draw the perpendicular on the x-axis, the portion which is cut off, which is a horizontal part, which is equal to x, and this if you draw here on the y-axis, you get a vertical part which always equal to the y. So this is very simple, and if this is y, this is also y, if this is x, it is also x. So these things should come in the mind, that when we draw perpendicular on the x-axis, the cut off part or the intercept on the x-axis is called x, and if you draw the perpendicular on the y-axis, cut off or intercept part on the y-axis is equal to the y coordinate. So this is very simple scenario. If I talk to you about the point, what is the coordinate of that point? It lies on the x-axis. It depends on that distance. If it is x, it is x0. If it is y, it is 0y, because it is lying on the y-axis. That is also very simple. And what we had seen in class 10th, distance between 2 points x1 y1 and x2 y2. x1 y1, x2 y2, distance between 2 points, you know it, it's x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square. That you know it. Division law, you know. What is the division law? Suppose x1 y1 is the first point and second point is x2 y2. Suppose a point P is dividing whole AB in m:n part ratio. So the division point P is equal to mx2 plus nx1 upon m plus n, and m y2 plus n y1 upon m plus n. That you must know better. Mx2 plus nx1 upon m plus n, and m y2 plus n y1 upon m plus n. Midpoint formula. What is midpoint formula? When P gets midpoint, m equal to n, then x1 plus x2 upon 2 comma y1 plus y2 upon 2. And for the external division, you know it comes here minus sign and minus sign. So you know all, you are aware about that. After it you also read area of triangle, but this time we will look for only two concepts, distance formula and division formula. But this is two-dimensional geometry. Now let me come on the three-dimensional geometry. Definitely we are studying here. So what is the real difference between these two? You know, in two-dimensional geometry, we have a two axes. In three-dimensional geometry, we would have a three axes, and in definitely two-dimensional geometry totally can be studied on the plane. But three-dimensional geometry cannot be completely studied on a single plane, because it is a three-dimensional geometry. It can be studied on space. But this time, how we can deal a study on the two-dimensional board? So let me explain something. That I have here one axis and second axis. Suppose it is y o y dash. It is z o z dash. Now one more axis to make. That is x axis. So one can easily understand. Suppose this stick is my x-axis, and this will come from here. Can you see? This is, and it is O, it is x, and definitely behind the board where I cannot go, but you have to imagine only that when this particular line behind the board it will go, it will have a negative x-axis. So x, O, and back of the board x dash, y, O, y dash, z, O, z dash. So this kind of three axes all have a angle 90. If you will count z and x angle 90, this is 90, and all angle are 90 degree. Okay, now can we imagine one more thing? Let me explain something. This is a plane. This is a plane, and if I make my x-axis and this is my y-axis, you please imagine this plane. This plane is forming by x-axis and y-axis. This plane is called XOY plane, shortly called XY plane. XY plane. So this plane is forming XY plane. If I ask you what is this plane? This plane is called XZ plane. Or you can say XOZ plane, XZ plane. So this and this, these two planes, if I make together, are like that. Like that. So we have a one chamber, cabin. So this is a cabin. Can you understand? This is a cabin. Okay. This is called first octant. And similar, lots of cabin here be formed. First cabin, this is, suppose I put here, this is my second cabin. You should understand here, this is my first cabin, this is my second cabin here. And if I say right here, or right here, no matter at all, this is my third cabin, and this is my fourth cabin. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 cabin we have got, which is actually front of the board. So one can understand this actually all formed with the positive x-axis. So if you have a negative x-axis behind the board, so definitely 4 more cabins can be formed behind the board. So one I just can talk to you about. Can you imagine that? It's very simple example. This is my y-axis. This is my z-axis. This plane is called yz plane. This is x-axis. This is y-axis. This will be xy plane. This is my x-axis. This is my z-axis. It is called xz plane. And these three planes form this octant. It's a first octant. Similarly, we would have different octants like here, second octant, like third octant. It's third octant here, and the fourth octant like that. So we have a 4 octant in this front of the board, and back of the board definitely would have a 4 more octants. So total number of octants are 8. And in very simple words, I would explain one thing, that as in two-dimensional geometry, on the x-axis, if I say it's a plus plus, it's a minus plus, a minus minus, that depends on quadrant. The point lies in which quadrant. Suppose it is in second quadrant, it will follow what kind of nature? Minus plus. Suppose it is in third quadrant, what kind of nature it will adopt? Minus minus. Same as here. Any point lies in this octant. So one can understand it's a two-dimensional geometry. We used to take x, y. So in three-dimensional geometry, we will take x, y, z. X, y, z. So it depends on octant. So your point lies in which octant? That is important. So we cannot give the proper number right here. So I won't tell you that which is I only just tell you that this is my first octant. This is my first octant. And only this. So in first octant, you should know guys, in first octant, second octant, third octant, fourth octant, fifth octant, sixth octant, seventh octant, and eighth octant. So we have an 8 octant. So we should remember that in which octant, what is the nature of any point. So one should know that all coordinates are positive in the first octant. First octant obtain or contain all such kind of a coordinate where x, y, z coordinates are positive. So one should simply remember that it is printed in the page number 270 in your book. You can see in page 270 in second octant we have a minus, plus, plus. This kind of a octant where in the second octant, I am not telling you here that where is the first octant and second octant. It's very tough to imagine. So I only request you guys on the page number 270, you remember this particular box, a very important box I am writing here. In first octant all are positive, in second octant minus, plus, plus, this kind of a coordinate will lie. In third octant we have a minus, minus and plus, this kind of a fourth octant plus, minus and plus, this kind of a point will lie. In fifth octant it is a plus, plus and minus will lie. In sixth octant it is a minus, plus and minus will lie. Seventh octant it is a all minus, and last one is a plus, minus, minus will lie. So students, you remember, you have to remember please that according to octant wise, remember the nature of the point. If I ask you 2 minus 3 minus 5 lies in which octant? So you get it now, it's a plus, minus, minus, plus, minus, minus, in this plus, minus, minus in 8th octant. So one can simply tell that this point lies in 8th octant. This question may come in exam. Okay. Now let me wrap this out. One more thing I tell you. Can you compare with the 2-dimensional and 3-dimensional geometry? We have a 2-dimensional geometry. What do you think about any point on the x-axis? Suppose this distance is x, so this point will be x, the single 0. Why? Because we must know that y coordinate is equal to 0 on the x-axis. Similarly here, if I talk about y-axis, any point lies on the y-axis have y coordinate exist and x and z coordinate will be 0. Any point on the z-axis, z will exist and x and y will be 0. And any point on the x-axis, definitely x will be exist and y and z will be 0. So remember that this is a simple thing I am telling you. Any point lies on any axis can simply have this kind of a coordinate. If it is lying on the x-axis, this kind of a coordinate will be there. If a point lies on a y-axis, if a point lies on a z-axis. Okay, now this is the on the axis. Now I tell you one more thing which is very interesting. Recently I told you about this. Now this was what? So I told you this is my x-axis, this is my y-axis. So this is gonna be my xy plane. XY plane. So this is written XOY plane or XY plane. So you can say anything, but I tell you one thing. Any point lies on that. Suppose any point lies on this plane. So one can understand this is my XY plane, and on the XY plane Z coordinate will be 0. So if I say, what do you think about this point? 2, 3, 0. One can understand that Z coordinate is 0, meaning this point is lying on the XY plane. So I suppose that, what do you think about that one? This is x-axis, this is z-axis. This plane is called xz plane or xoz plane. And on the xz plane, y will be 0. So if I say this kind of a coordinate 2, 0, 3, one can understand that it lies on the xz plane. So hope you have got. So this is z axis, this is y axis. So this board, this plane is itself yz plane, and on this particular, if I write any point, its x will be 0 and y and z will be exist. So I don't think now you are not getting. It's very simple. On any axis and on the planes, 3-dimensional, these are coordinate planes. Let me explain something. We will use some words, coordinate axis and coordinate planes. So coordinate axis, x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. Coordinate planes are xy plane, yz plane and xz plane. Now these kinds of words we'll use here. So hope you have got till here. Very simple it was all. So now I will tell you some new thing afterward. This is a very small introduction of three-dimensional geometry. I compared all the study with the two-dimensional geometry. Now let me explain to you one very interesting fact here. Look at, I tell you something. This was y dash. This was z dash. It was o. Now I have yet to form the x coordinate axis, which is here actually. This is the x axis, and just behind the board we have an x dash, negative x axis. I want to draw all the three axes on the board, and the study we will do completely in first octant. Just for understanding, students, we will study on the first octant. So I will form here only single octant. So I will first rub this portion as well as this portion, and only positive y and positive z kept. This is y-axis, this is z-axis, and x-axis is yet to form, which is actually front of the board like that. But it is very tough to form. In three-dimensional geometry, this particular line cannot be drawn in the air. You can understand. It's funny, but it is true. So I have to make the x-axis. So I will draw the x-axis with a convenient position, which is like that. This is my x-axis. Sometimes it can be drawn here, but you have to understand only that this is my y-axis, this is my z-axis, and this is my x-axis, which is actually here, but I cannot draw. I recently told you. So for convenient position, I am drawing my x-axis on the board like that. Keep remember, the angle between all the axes is equal to 90 degree. This x-axis is actually comes up. This is actually outside of the board. But I draw here because it was difficult. It was not possible to draw like that. So that I drew like that. Okay. Now student, we'll pick a point. Now you have to take, very interesting it is, but try to understand. It is not tough, but try to catch it, guys. For while I am rubbing it, and I am taking my x-axis here. Now suppose that this is a piece of the chalk. This is my point, and this point is hand between the space like here. So can you think simply? This is the piece of the chalk, small piece of the chalk. This is my point P. This is actually in the space, and I am intentionally have taken this point in the first octant. Okay. Now remember this point here. Can you think that the tip of the chalk is my point Pxyz, but I cannot form here Pxyz in the air. How can I? So for again convenient position, I am taking that point on yz plane. But I tell you that it is not actually in the yz plane. It is in the space. It's x, it's y, it's z, and point is the middle of the first octant. Actually, it is not lying on the yz plane. For understanding only, because I cannot plot the point in the air, in the space, so that I am making my point on perfectly on the board yz plane. It seems that it lies on yz plane, but it is not lying on yz plane. It lies actually it hangs in a space. Okay. Now let me say something. What I am going to do. Look at here, student. In two-dimensional geometry, this is a point Pxy, and this is actually on the plane because it is two-dimensional geometry. What we used to do, we draw the perpendicular and perpendicular. When you draw the perpendicular on the x-axis, it is your x and it is your y. Same I will do here. What we will do? Look at this is my x-axis. This is my not P here, but P is actually here. So okay, first of all, let me explain something. This is my P point. And I am drawing the perpendicular on the x-axis. So this is my P point. I am drawing perpendicular. Can you see? This is my perpendicular. I draw from point P on the x-axis. Again I speak one thing, try to understand. This is my point P, this is my x-axis. I draw the perpendicular on the x-axis like that, and suppose it meets to x-axis at A point. This is my capital A. This is my capital A. Here, suppose this is my capital A. Again, I speak one thing. Suppose P coordinate have x, y, z. In the 2-dimensional geometry, it is x, y. In 3-dimensional geometry, I will take P, x, y, z. Okay. Now, if I draw from the P, the perpendicular on the x-axis, this distance will be formed. Suppose it meets here, so this distance will be formed. This distance will be small x. I again draw the perpendicular from this point to the y-axis. It meets, suppose B, this distance gonna be y. Again I draw the perpendicular on the z-axis. Suppose it meets on C, this distance gonna be your z. Now I had to draw the x-axis. You can understand. Suppose this is my x-axis and the perpendicular meets at x-axis at A, and this distance maintained as x. Okay. Now let me make the point P. Suppose my P is here, x, y, z, and what I did, with experience, little experiment I told you that we drew some perpendiculars. What? Perpendicular from the point to the x-axis. Perpendicular from the point to the x-axis. But very strange, I'm telling you that this is x-axis here. The P is not here, actually P is here. You drew the perpendicular like that. Now show it. So this is my point, this is my x-axis, and I will draw the perpendicular like that. It is not looking, it doesn't seem perpendicular, but it is actually perpendicular. Because it is, that x-axis is not here, x is actually like that. P is not here, P is in first subtend in the air. But okay, for a bit convenient condition, we take it like that. Now this is my B point. I again draw the perpendicular from P to the y-axis like that. And again I perpendicular from P to the z-axis like that. These are perpendiculars, guys, and these are intercept cut by these perpendicular on the x-axis, y-axis, and z-axis will be equal to small x, small y, small z, and it forms P, x, y, z like that. This is x, this is y, this is x, y, like it is x, it is y, it is z equal to x, y, z. So this was very initial condition, you must remember, guys. Nothing hard. Now let me explain something more. I think you can get it soon. You don't worry. It's very interesting. But just try to watch the video often, 2 or 3 times. You will get it soon. Okay. Now let me say something. Very interesting it is. It is my xy plane. You know it. This is my P actually here. First of all, I did draw perpendicular on the y-axis, on the x-axis, and on the z-axis. Now I am going to do some different work. I am drawing the perpendicular from point on the coordinate planes. You know coordinate planes? 3 planes: xy plane, yz plane, and zx plane. I am drawing now. Look at it. This is my xy plane. This is my point. Now I will draw the perpendicular on the plane. Very first time I am drawing on the plane. Before it I drew on the axis. Now I am drawing on the plane. So this time I am drawing on the plane like here, like that. Now I will draw here. So where is my xy plane? Look at xy plane is here. Because we are doing the job on the 2-dimensional plane. So we have to imagine all the things. Just try to increase the imagination power. It is x-axis, it is y-axis. Actually it is xy plane in real position, but I cannot draw my plane like that. I drew my x-axis and y-axis. This is my xy plane, and I am drawing now the perpendicular on the xy plane. This is the perpendiculars drawn from point P on the xy plane. This is my xy plane. If I ask you, where is M? Immediate you can say M is lying on the xy plane because I draw the perpendicular from P on the xy plane like that. This is my xy plane, this is P, I draw, this is my M. This is my M here. Look like that here. Okay, if I join it and I join, see that this is none else but it is a rectangle. It looks a parallelogram, but it is not because it is 90 degree, you know it. It's a real position, it's a two-dimensional figure, it's a two-dimensional figure. It is x, it is also x, it is y, it is also y. One can find the coordinate of M, that is x, y and 0, and why not so? Because the point is lying on a xy plane, so z coordinate will be 0. So you know what I do, very important thing I will tell you. Look at, if I join this one also this is also a rectangle you will form. So if it is z, it is also z. It is also z. So would you think that you can define this particular distance by your own word? Own word. Which distance? This distance. This is the distance from P to the xy plane. Distance, perpendicular distance of point P of plane. Which plane? XY plane from P point is equal to, you simply understand, this is point P, you draw the perpendicular, this distance finally you told Z. So can we define by in our own word that perpendicular distance drawn from P to the XY plane or perpendicular distance of the XY plane from the point P is equal to Z. So we can form few more sentences like that. Let me say that we are whole working on the xy plane. I can do the same work on the xz plane. I can do the same work on the yz plane. So we would have different features, different formulas. So can we find some more formulas like that? Perpendicular distance of the plane. Perpendicular distance of the plane. Suppose I take xz plane from pxyz. This time it will be definitely exact plane, so it will be y. And third, you can form by your own word that if you finding the perpendicular distance of any point from yz plane, it's gonna be equal to x. So three more formulas we have got. Many things we have seen. Any point lies on the y-axis. This distance is y. So point on the y-axis is gonna be 0, y, 0. This distance is x. What do you think about a point? Say x, 0, 0. This distance is z. Point lies on z axis. It's gonna be 0, 0, z. The point M lies on the xy plane where x and y axis z equal to 0. If point lies on the xz plane, so on the xz plane it's gonna be x axis, y 0, z axis. And any point lies on the yz plane, it's a y axis, z axis, and this is 0. Okay, these are the nature of the point only have written, but this is very important thing which I formed with the derivation. So this picture initially looks very hard, but I tell you that it is nothing hard. It's very simple for one and all. So hope you have got. So for first exercise now you do try, because I am only telling you all the concepts. I only know that if you will watch the concepts and get the concept properly, you can do all the question of the first exercise. Okay, now I'm rubbing all the things here. So have taught you very important thing. And now guys, we can go on to some other concepts. So hope time now I think completed of the day. Hope 30 minutes gone past for that. So okay, now we'll meet in the next lecture. In the next lecture we'll see distance formula and section formula with the exercise. Thank you.